not too bad. How big a lure was Champions League football when you're deciding over the summer to stay at Rangers? Is qualifying for the Champions League almost the next box that you have to tick as a Rangers player?
Yeah, it's a box that I'd love to tick. I think it's obviously the pinnacle of football and the place where every player wants to play. But at the same time, I don't think that was a decision in me signing my contract. It's been Champions League football's been a part of the agenda for the last few years. Obviously last year we wasn't able to make it, so hopefully this year we can, and over the next few years that me and this football club can play Champions League football.
Hi Connor, the manager was just touching on it there. Obviously the run to the Europa League final and the experiences you guys have had over 2 legs in Europe, that must give you a lot of confidence going into this qualification stage.
Yeah, 100%. I think especially with the new manager last year, from November onwards we set up perfectly in Europe, and tactically he's very good. He watches opposition so much, and we change depending on what opposition we're playing, and even in games we change to how to play against teams and how to be a bit different tactically. So I think that'll stand us in good stead. We've had a good pre-season, we're looking strong. Obviously the first game of the season, Livingston away, we got a win. Wasn't our greatest performance, but it was always going to be hard going there so early in the season. But now we're in a good place, and hopefully, as you said, last year can stand us in good stead.
I just wanted to ask you about John Souttar and how you feel he's settling in the club. Obviously, you know, given your experience at Rangers, I guess you're trying to help him adapt. It was maybe 1 or 2 tricky moments for him on Saturday. How do you feel he's settling in so far?
No, he's settling really well, and I've been really impressed by him. From the first week that he trained after we come back from Portugal, you can see his qualities. And I was disappointed on Saturday. I've seen obviously a few things on the internet and on things like that. People obviously talking bad just because he's had one game where he probably made a few mistakes, but we've all been there. I've been there myself. I've been written off plenty of times by Rangers fans, and I see him every single day and see the qualities that he has, so I have no doubt at all that he's going to be an unbelievable signing for this club.
Sorry, just on that corner, I mean, I guess it's at a club like Rangers, you know, making your debut is always going to be challenging at first, isn't it? You just have to have a bit of patience and trust in yourself.
Yeah, 100%. And listen, he's an international player that I think is 25 and played however many games in Scottish football already as a Scottish international. We know what we signed, and like I said, I just think, listen, he's joined Rangers, which we all know comes with the pressure that it comes with, but people can't judge people off one game. Livingston away is obviously not the easiest place to go on the pitch and the way that they play, but as I said, we've all seen his quality, and I've been more impressed just seeing him in training than I actually from what I thought of him playing against Hearts. I knew he was a good player, but everything he does is so crisp with the ball, and he throws himself in front of things. He's a great defender, so no, I'm really happy we've signed him, and I look forward to playing with him more.
Hi Connor, a big part of that run last year in the Europa League was just how aggressive yourself and Calvin were at the back. Obviously with 3 new potential centre-half partners, it looked at the weekend like you were still going to be as aggressive. Do you think that the manager and yourselves have settled on that as a team, even at the top level in Europe?
Yeah, that's the way that we want to play, especially at home. I think if you have 50,000 fans behind you at home, then they don't want to see you sitting off and letting other teams have the ball. And I think we've done that in every game that we've played at home under the new manager. You look at last season, the Dortmund games, the Leipzig games, obviously at some point against good teams, you're going to have to come back and defend as a team and in a block. But the way that we want to set up is being aggressive and winning the ball back and getting into as many duels as possible. And we know that gets the fans off the seat. So we've bought into that, and yeah, as you said, there's a few new partners this season that I'm going to have to get used to again, but they all know that they're coming in to play the Rangers way and the way that the manager wants to play, so I'm sure they'll all get used to it very fast.
Hi Connor, and the manager's trying to sign a new contract with Ryan Kent and Alfredo Morelos. If these happen, do you think this will be the strongest squad that you've been involved in at Rangers?
Well, they're both still Rangers players now, so I think this is probably the strongest squad I've been involved in at Rangers. They're both both training, both fit. So listen, the contract situation's up to them. I'm never going to come on here and tell them what to do. I had my own situation last year, and my teammates and the group of staff here respected my privacy and my thoughts. So I'm never going to come on here and tell them what to do. But at the same time, at this present moment, they're both Rangers players, and I think with the players that we've brought in and the squad that we have, when we play in 11v11 in training, it's by far the strongest 22 players that I've seen since I've been at this football club, which is going to be needed for another long season.